up, guys? So this is gonna be a bit more of a serious video. Because I'm sick, I seem to struggle more with this than I normally would. Some of you might know already that I lost my parents still quite recently. I lost my dad 2 years ago and my mom nearly 3 years ago, my dad nearly 2 years ago. And I wanted to make a video regarding the grieving period and struggles I have had with grieving. I moved already to Sweden before my parents passed away, so that made my whole situation a bit more difficult. When my mom was dying, she ended up being on her deathbed for a good month, which I spent in the Netherlands with her. Every day I was with her. I spent time with her and we did several things, including drawing. And the painting frame that you see here is made by her on her deathbed. For example, that she left for me, she gave it to the nurse and she told the nurse to give it to me when my mom passed away. So I got that from her. And some of the things I miss the most is the fact that I can't call my mom anymore. So when I struggle or when I just need to feel love from my mom or anything, I just could call her. Or when I had this weird story, because I had weird stories every week, I could just call her, and I can't. And I can't do that with anybody anymore, really, because of that. Because I would always call my mom and now I can't. And that makes it so much more difficult for me to deal with this. Every time after I moved, I would receive cards like these from my parents, not only from my mom but also from my dad. I got this one from my dad, for example. I got this one from both of them. And when I was sick, it was kind of funny. My mom heard I was sick, so she sent me a card, which was really cute, with a small message in it. And also when my dog was sick, I got this one, for example, like another one of those. When I just moved, she sent me a card of this with the 2 dogs left behind, like mostly sent by them. When I got my job, right in the start, my parents sent me a card, and so on. I received multiple boxes with like small Dutch treats and like small cards in them, and after my mom passed away, that stopped. People try, but it's difficult to compensate for somebody else's love if you don't know what kind of impact it had and how much effort she always put into these kind of things, and I miss that a lot. After my mom passed away, my dad basically stopped talking to me a lot via the phone because my voice sounded very similar to my mom's, and it just destroyed him. And it felt like I was like forgotten sometimes in a way, and I had to deal with my pain on my own, and it was so hard. I was so broken and lost. I felt lonely. Even though I was sitting in a room filled with people that cared about me, I felt so lonely. And I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like I don't have a home. And I still feel that sometimes. Like, I still feel lonely sometimes. I still feel like I don't have that home. One of the main things that I like the most is that Mickey is the dog my mom and I got together. So Mickey is incredibly important to me. Just like a few items, for example, from my mom that I got from her before she passed away, that were for my inheritance that she gave me beforehand, because she knew that she was passing away. She's like, take it now before you go, I want you to have it. And she told me where it was and she gave it to me. For example, there's always a necklace I wear, and this is the one item she said, like, keep it. It was her mom's. She got it for her inheritance, and this ring was also one of the rings that she used to wear a lot. But when she got sick, she lost a lot of weight and the ring fell off constantly, so she asked me to keep it with me, and it just stayed with me over all her treatments and procedures. And that's like one of the things that, like, it was her ring. She got it from my dad. It was very special for her, and she just gave it to me for a keepsake in the beginning that ended up keep it forever, which is actually just a lot worse in a way. The other ring that I wear a lot actually right now is this one. I got it for my 21st birthday. It was not my last birthday with my parents, but it was my second to last birthday with my parents, and it was a big one. So they wanted to give me something special. So my parents and my grandma basically got me that one. I know for a fact my mom picked it because of the style that she picked. My mom knows for a fact that I'm very much like jewelry that is not too much out there. It's very small and delicate, and she picked a small and delicate ring for me that she knew I would love the most. She knew exactly what kind of clothing I liked. She knew what I wanted to wear jewelry wise. She knew me better than anybody, and she knew always how I felt by the look on my face, or when I come home. I always had this story, and she would always love to hear it. She would call me and be like, oh, can you tell me about your day and everything? And it always was like that. So every day that I don't get to do that, it hurts. But also days like Christmas, even Valentine's Day, my mom would do crazy things. She would just like buy these really small funny things as a gift with Valentine's Days, or with my birthday, or any special day. She would go above and beyond, and that kind of made it that those days nowadays are just one black hole of sadness. Now, the saddest thing was that when my dad passed away, I hadn't seen him since my mom's passing. After her funeral, like, I stayed one more day and I went back to work, which didn't work out, but I hadn't seen my dad ever since then. I was supposed to meet him earlier, but I never got the chance to do that because my plane got cancelled because of the weather, and then I couldn't go anymore. And then I got the call that he was doing really bad all of a sudden. So I booked a plane ticket a few days after, and my dad passed away the day before I arrived. I hadn't had a proper conversation with him in a year at that point, and the regret and pain at that point was just so big. I couldn't cry with both my parents' death at the beginning. It came at the funerals, and it came like a tsunami. And even then, also with my dad, it happened at the funeral. I was so mad for so long at myself. There was a time that I even blamed myself for their deaths. And this lasted a long time. I still haven't fully gotten like through the process. And it's been over a year for my dad, and I think the first year I was just a mess. I quit my job. I stayed home for a long time and started working this year in May, and I'm doing better. I'm feeling a lot better, but I still I have these moments when I'm sick where I still remember when I would get a cold in the Netherlands, I would always get really sick. And my mom, she would go above and beyond to take care of me. My dad would make me chicken soup. My attempt at chicken soup ended up with me cutting myself really badly. So yeah, I was spicing up the soup with pinky blood. Which ended up with me actually getting it sorted by a doctor. But I still miss them the most when I'm sick. Because there's nobody really to take care of me, and I have to sort it myself. And when I'm sick, I always feel the most loved because they would go to the store for me, they would get me stuff, they would help me. I would always have, when I had a cold, I would always sit in the tub with hot water because that was the only time I feel well. And I don't even have a tub now. It's like so stupid. I don't even have a tub and I feel so garbage. And I know for a fact that my mom would go above and beyond to make sure I would rest, that I would eat, and that I would not be bored, because all I could do was lie in bed. And right now I'm just so bored. I have nothing to do and I don't know what to do actually anymore. It's just, I miss my mom, I miss my dad. My dad doesn't always say much, but he was the silent presence that carried in quiet and actions. And my mom was the actions and the words. And I'm 25 years old. I lost my parents. I lost them to cancer, to a long battle that I've seen going on a young age. And I've tried to help them as much as I could whilst being in university, while studying. My tendency was the worst because it was a lot at home, helping them out or going to the hospital with them, calling the insurance companies, or it was just so much, and it was so hard, and it still is so hard. I just wanted to share this because a lot of people don't really talk much about grieving and missing people that passed away, especially people that are young. It did give me depression when they were sick. Afterwards I was just an empty shell, and I ended up having compassion fatigue from work, and like what was going on at home was just too much. But compassion fatigue is something I'll keep for another video, because that is a whole different thing. But yeah, I haven't slept like a normal person with a good night's rest ever since my mom's death. So I've been tired, very tired, and very sad. Although nobody can see how sad I actually am, because I tend to smile a lot, which basically doesn't do me any good sometimes, especially when I feel just really upset or anything. You just can't see, because I laugh it away, I laugh sadness away, I laugh anger away sometimes, and I joke with it, and it's not a joke. And sometimes people feel bad when they find out, but I'm like, you could never know. So I laugh about it, or I come up like stone-faced, and it's fine. But deep inside it hurts me, and when people talk about their parents, I just start missing mine. So yeah, this is actually all I wanted to share, and I hope you guys maybe feel some understanding for people that lost relatives that they're close to, or like maybe even for yourself feel some relief that you're not alone, and it's normal to be upset about it for a long time, and that it's okay. See ya.